Have you ever pondered what lurks beneath the flawless exterior of a life you believed was unshakable? I once thought I had everything perfectly arranged, each element of my existence securely positioned. I'm Gideon Marwood, 42, working as an environmental engineer in Seattle. My employer, Aquaterra Solutions, specializes in sustainable wastewater management systems. My daily routine centers around meticulous analysis, data interpretation, and methodical problem solving. It's demanding work, but deeply fulfilling. Each completed project feels like another cornerstone in the life I've carefully constructed, a life I believed was impenetrable. My home sits in a peaceful neighborhood by Lake Union, where I live with my wife, Serena, and our son, Jasper. At 40, Serena works as a freelance financial consultant, constantly managing multiple clients. She radiates this dynamic energy, always in motion, recently spending considerable time in Portland for work. Jasper, our 19-year-old, is a freshman studying computer science at the University of Washington. He's bright and dedicated, though our conversations have grown less frequent lately. Everything seemed stable, predictable, like the deceptive stillness before an approaching tempest. On a dreary Tuesday morning, I'm in my kitchen drinking coffee, listening to raindrops create an irregular rhythm against the window panes. My phone vibrates with a message from Jasper. "Dad, don't forget the parent meeting tomorrow for my calculus class. The professor says I need to step it up." I respond with a smile. "I'll be there, promise." I adjust my work schedule, moving a meeting to accommodate. While checking our shared bank account for bill payments, something catches my eye. A withdrawal of $10,000 from a few days ago. No explanation, no notification. My gut clenches, but I dismiss the concern. Serena mentioned a significant project in Portland. Perhaps it's related to that. She's been preoccupied lately, constantly on her phone, promising to explain later. I decide to call her anyway, seeking reassurance. Her response comes sharp and hurried. "I'm swamped, Gideon, can't talk now. I'll explain when I'm back." The call ends abruptly, leaving me hanging. A chill of uncertainty creeps in, but I suppress it. I trust her completely. She's my wife. There must be a logical explanation. Yet, that unexplained withdrawal lingers in my thoughts like an irritating splinter. Before we continue with this intriguing narrative, I'd like to take a moment to connect with you. Share your location, city, or country in the comments below. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to hit subscribe. Trust me, what comes next will keep you on the edge of your seat. My support system extends beyond my immediate family. There's Calvin Reese, a colleague at Aquaterra, who has this uncanny ability to crack the most terrible jokes at precisely the right moment to lift your spirits. And then there's Mira Lopez, our ever-vigilant neighbor who seems to maintain a mental catalog of every vehicle that passes through our street. These people are constants in my life, as reliable as Seattle's persistent drizzle. Little did I know how crucial their presence would become, or how quickly my seemingly stable world would begin to unravel. Several days after that unsettling morning, I find myself navigating through the rain-soaked roads to Tacoma. The windshield wipers move methodically, matching the hollow sensation in my chest. My destination is a work site, a wastewater filtration installation at a seafood processing facility. As I exit my vehicle, clipboard in hand, my boots sink into the sodden earth, while the air carries the pungent mixture of fish and sea salt. The monotonous hum of machinery is interrupted by my phone's vibration. Myra's message appears. "Gideon, there's been a black SUV stationed outside your house all morning. Doesn't match Serena's usual vehicle." My heart rate accelerates. I hastily access my banking app, only to discover another $5,000 withdrawn yesterday. No notification, no explanation, just another unexplained void in our account. With shaking hands, I call Serena. Her voice comes through, distorted by static. "I'm in the middle of a meeting, Gideon, client crisis. Had some expenses come up. I'll explain everything later." The line goes dead before I can respond. Her explanation feels hollow, like tissue paper dissolving in rain. Standing there in the downpour, water trickling from my hood, I feel anxiety coiling in my stomach. Something isn't right. I can't dismiss it anymore. Back in my truck, I reach out to Calvin, whose characteristically upbeat voice fills the speaker. "Hey, buddy, what's going on?" I share everything. The mysterious withdrawals, the suspicious SUV, the growing unease I've been harboring since the initial $10,000 shock. I need surveillance on the house, I tell him. Something discreet, just to be safe. His response is immediate. Got you covered, man. Have a security kit at home. We'll install it tonight. That evening, Calvin arrives at my house, toolbox in hand. The silence feels oppressive without Serena or Jasper, with only the rain tapping against the roof like nature's Morse code. We work efficiently, installing compact surveillance cameras beneath the eaves, positioning them strategically, one overlooking the front entrance, another monitoring the garage area. Calvin maintains a light-hearted atmosphere, teasing me about becoming a surveillance enthusiast. I manage a weak chuckle, but my thoughts keep drifting to Myra's warning text and Serena's flimsy explanation. By midnight, we've got the system operational, streaming directly to my phone. After thanking Calvin and watching his taillights disappear into the darkness, I sit alone, staring at the empty surveillance feeds. The following evening finds me at the office, late hours spent analyzing data for the Tacoma project. A motion alert from my phone breaks my concentration. Opening the app with trembling fingers, I watch as footage loads. The mysterious black SUV, gleaming under the streetlights, pulls up at twilight. A man emerges, his imposing figure accentuated by broad shoulders and a fedora casting shadows across his features. His attire speaks of wealth, an expertly tailored coat billowing slightly, an expensive watch catching the porch light's glow. With practiced ease, he produces a key, lets himself in, and vanishes inside my home. My throat constricts. Reviewing the footage, I zoom in, noting how smoothly he operates. No uncertainty, no forced entry. He has legitimate access to my house. An hour passes before another alert sounds. This time, it's Jasper's vehicle entering the driveway. He exits, backpack draped over one shoulder, and notices the parked SUV. His body language changes instantly as he spots a dim light through the front window. I scrutinize his expression on screen, watching it harden. Rather than entering, he pulls out his phone, types rapidly, then retreats to his car and departs. My fingers curl into tight fists. The mystery man exits shortly after, securing the door behind him with an air of casual authority. Anger courses through my veins like molten steel. Serena's concealing something significant, and Jasper's clearly involved. This stranger's casual invasion of my home, using an unauthorized key, feels like an unforgivable breach of trust. My world is disintegrating beneath my feet, leaving me suspended between fury and helplessness. While his identity remains unknown to me now, this is Victor Hargrove, a name I'll discover later. For now, he's merely a shadowy figure systematically dismantling my life. Winter descends on Seattle with merciless force, the air sharp and unforgiving. I wake one morning with my throat raw, a deep weariness seeping into my body. By midday, I'm huddled beneath a blanket on the sofa, the house deathly quiet save for the wind's assault on the window panes. Fever grips me, sweat glazing my skin despite the cold. The thermometer reads 103 degrees, and the temperature's still climbing. Desperate, I reach for my phone, dialing Serena. Her voice cuts through, terse and businesslike. We're heading to Portland tonight, Gideon. The project's at a crucial stage. I'll return in a few days. My voice emerges as a raspy plea. Serena, I'm really ill. I need you here. She exhales sharply, annoyance crackling through the connection. It's just a cold. You'll cope. I can't abandon everything. The line goes dead, leaving me staring at the darkened screen, my chest constricting with more than illness. Jasper's my next call, my trembling fingers fumbling with the phone. He answers after 3 rings, music pulsing in the background. Dad, we're about to leave. What's wrong? I explain my condition, the dizziness, the weakness. His response turns glacial. We're occupied. Don't turn this into drama. I hear Serena's distant voice, then Jasper returns. Got to go. Take some medicine or something. The call ends abruptly. I let the phone drop, my head throbbing, a crushing wave of isolation engulfing me. They're abandoning me here, struggling to draw breath. Time becomes fluid as the fever intensifies. My vision blurs, darkness encroaching. Stumbling kitchenward, I grasp a water glass that slips from my trembling grip, shattering on the floor. Each cough sends daggers through my lungs, the wet, harsh sound reverberating through the empty house. With failing strength, I call Calvin, my voice barely audible. "Cal, I'm in bad shape. Can't move. Please help." His response is immediate. "Hold on, Gideon. I'm on my way." I collapse against the counter, the cold tiles pressing against my face as consciousness begins to fade. Calvin crashes through the entrance 20 minutes later, his raincoat dripping water everywhere. One glance at my condition has him cursing softly before lifting me up. Everything's hazy as he guides me into his pickup truck, where the heater blasts warm air against my trembling body. The emergency room becomes a whirlwind of medical staff and monitoring equipment. A physician's words pierce through my foggy consciousness. "If you'd waited a few more hours, it could have been fatal. He's got severe pneumonia. You brought him just in time." I fade in and out of awareness, feeling the pull of 4 lines in my arm, my nostrils filled with antiseptic scents. Calvin remains steadfast beside me, grounding me in reality until my mind finally clears. That evening, lying in my hospital bed, I distract myself from my chest pain by browsing my phone. Opening Instagram, I click on Jasper's profile. My heart stops. A recent photo shows Jasper, Serena, and Victor Hargrove, the man from the surveillance footage, celebrating with champagne at an upscale San Francisco dining spot. The background lights shimmer mockingly, their faces radiating happiness. Jasper's hand rests easily on Victor's shoulder, while Serena beams unreservedly. The caption hits like a punch: "Best getaway ever with Mom and Vic." They've fled 13 hours south to San Francisco, deliberately distancing themselves while I fight to breathe. My shaking hands drop the phone onto the covers. Angry tears burn my eyes. This wasn't mere abandonment. It was calculated betrayal, celebrated with my wealth, my faith, my life shattering behind them. The fever ravaged my body, but their treachery burns deeper. The truth glares harshly: Serena's deceptions, Jasper's dismissiveness, Victor's arrogant presence. They assumed I'd surrender quietly. I tighten my fists against the 4 tubing. They're mistaken. I survived tonight, and they'll answer for every moment they thought victory was theirs. 3 days later, I'm discharged, my lungs healing but still tender. I avoid returning home. That once safe haven now feels contaminated with deceit. Instead, I book into a downtown high-rise hotel overlooking Puget Sound. The minimalist room, with its glass and steel features, faces gray waters under stormy skies. Perched on the bed's edge, that Instagram image haunts me. Serena's knowing smile, Jasper's casual familiarity with Victor, their raised glasses mocking me. My fingers itch for destruction, but I remain still. Anger alone won't suffice. I need calculated revenge, precise and devastating. Calvin appears that afternoon, concern etched deeply across his features. He collapses into the hotel chair, extending a steaming cup towards me. "You look absolutely wrecked, Gideon, but thank God you're still breathing." I acknowledge silently, taking a slow sip of the dark liquid before unveiling everything. The financial drain, the damning footage, the calculated San Francisco escape while I struggled for air. His expression hardens, eyes turning to steel. "Leaving you to die? That's beyond cruel, even for these vipers." I request his expertise, asking him to leverage his technical prowess to follow the money trail. His agreement comes instantly. Later, Myra's call breaks through my thoughts, her voice barely above a whisper. That black SUV returned. Gideon, same individual, appeared and vanished this morning. I express gratitude, urging her continued vigilance. She's become my watchful guardian in this impending battle. Powering up my laptop, I access my remaining bank accounts. The figures strike me viscerally. $150,000 systematically siphoned across months, channeled into a San Francisco property venture. Unauthorized transfers masquerading as legitimate business costs. Serena's authorization marks each transaction, Victor's details consistently appearing as recipient. Rage courses through me, but I harness it methodically. I construct a strategy, dubbing it Operation Watershed. The name resonates, reflecting my expertise, promising to cascade destruction through their lives. Step 1. Secure exclusion. I contact security, modify house access remotely. Step 2. Target finances. I compose formal bank communications, highlighting fraudulent activities. Step 3. Systematically dismantle Victor's empire. Though his complete scheme remains unclear, I'll uncover it. The following evening, my phone illuminates with movement detection. Serena and Jasper have returned. Security footage captures them at the entrance. Serena frantically punching the keypad, disbelief contorting her features. Jasper violently strikes the step, frustration emanating from his stance. I activate the external audio system, my voice resonating through the darkness. Welcome back. Your reign ends now. Serena stiffens, scanning for cameras. She shouts something inaudible against the wind, then frantically dials her phone. Jasper crumples against the wall, face buried in palms. They retreat hastily, defeated, and I savor a dark satisfaction. This marks merely the beginning. I dial Victor's number, my fingers steady. 2 rings pierce the silence before his polished voice responds. Hargrove here. My tone remains glacial. Controlled. You invaded my life, seized my family, stole my money. Now, I'm hunting down everything you possess. His laughter echoes, dripping with contempt. Impressive threats, Gideon, but you're swimming in deep waters. I terminate the call before he continues, his smugness igniting my resolve. He's clueless about what's approaching. Just like Serena, they've dismissed me as defeated, expecting me to dissolve into obscurity. Their assumption couldn't be more flawed. In my solitary space, the urban symphony pulses beneath, a rhythmic counterpoint to my contemplative silence. The strategy illuminated on my screen resembles an intricate delta, each pathway precisely mapped. My heart constricts, not from the lingering pneumonia, but from thoughts of Jasper, my own flesh and blood, who aligned with them. That betrayal cuts deeper than Serena's deception or Victor's usurpation. I suppress the emotion, seal it away. Redemption isn't my objective. The next morning, I stride into KeyBank's downtown Seattle location, my footsteps resonating across the pristine marble flooring. The atmosphere, tinged with coffee and paper, provides a clinical serenity that anchors my focus. My portfolio bulges with crucial documentation, financial records, transfer histories, digital evidence connecting Victor Hargrove to the San Francisco property scheme. I present my case to Harris, a lean loan officer with glasses resting low on his nose. I outline the situation dispassionately. My wife collaborated with this individual to extract $150,000 from our shared account, directing it into an unauthorized venture, textbook fraud. Harris examines each document meticulously, his expression growing increasingly grave. He guarantees an investigation, confirming they'll scrutinize Victor's pending loan application for the same project. Departing the bank, I feel victory coursing through my veins. The initial strike lands precisely. Calvin's update arrives 2 days later, his words clipped. Victor's loan application's dead. Project's collapsed. He's desperate. A thin smile crosses my face, satisfaction crystallizing within. That same day, I initiate divorce proceedings through Tara, a direct, efficient attorney discovered online. She composes a petition demanding Serena's full restitution of misappropriated funds, citing financial misconduct. In my hotel room, I sign the documents, each signature severing 2 decades of marriage. Tara confirms the evidence is unassailable, assuring me Serena can't escape. I sense the foundation beneath me solidifying, no longer fracturing but strengthening under my command. Then Myra's late-night message flashes. Gideon, there's a situation at your house. That man's back, looking enraged. I access the surveillance feed on my laptop. Victor's there, prowling the front entrance, his usual pristine attire replaced by disheveled clothing, his tie hanging loose like a hangman's rope. Raindrops streak down his face as he hammers against the door, his muffled shouts laced with venom. He sways unsteadily, clutching a bottle, before launching it at the garage. The glass explodes across the concrete, fragments catching the streetlight's glow. My heartbeat quickens, not from anxiety, but from savage satisfaction. He's losing control. Shortly after, police lights illuminate the scene. Officers drag him away, his limbs thrashing, drunken obscenities piercing the darkness. By daybreak, social media platforms overflow with grainy snapshots. Victor Hargrove, real estate magnate, detained for intoxicated misconduct outside my residence. His carefully crafted reputation shatters. That evening, my phone illuminates with Jasper's incoming call. I pause before accepting. His voice wavers, heavy with emotion. "Dad, I never realized how serious your condition was, I promise." I remain quiet, allowing his stumbling explanation. He claims Serena convinced him I was overstating things, that they needed time away. I interject sharply. "You watched me deteriorating, Jasper, yet you abandoned me. Justify that." He breaks down, apologizing, pleading for a face-to-face meeting. I relent slightly. "We can meet, but don't anticipate immediate forgiveness." He accepts, his gratitude evident through the connection. After hanging up, I gaze at the sound's turbulent waters. Victor's downfall progresses, Serena's destruction approaches, but Jasper's words awaken something visceral within me. Victory mingles with lingering pain. This vendetta continues until they fully comprehend their actions' consequences. Victor's response to his public disgrace is anything but quiet. 3 days after his arrest dominates local news feeds, Tara, my attorney, reaches out. She informs me that Victor has initiated legal action, claiming defamation and interference with business operations, seeking damages substantial enough to potentially destroy Aquaterra. Despite my churning insides, I maintain composure. "He's desperate, Tara. Our evidence is solid. We'll contest this." She concurs, promising to counter with proof of fraud, but cautions me about the impending turmoil. Later that day, Calvin bursts into my hotel suite, his computer screen glowing. "Look at this. Gideon, Serena's been reaching out to our clients, spreading claims about your mental instability, suggesting a breakdown." I review the correspondence, her words calculated and poisonous. Gideon's unstable, incompetent to manage projects, explore other options. My teeth grind. Their counterattack is fierce, targeting my enterprise, my very survival. Raindrops assault the window panes as I traverse the room, city illumination melting into liquid light. I instruct Calvin to compose responses, reassuring clients of my stability, focus, and commitment to delivery. He acknowledges, fingers dancing across the keyboard. Their retaliation cuts deeper than anticipated, but I refuse to crumble under their pressure. That night, my phone alerts me to movement at my house. The security feed reveals Jasper standing alone on the porch, drenched by the downpour. His rain-soaked hoodie clings to his frame, shoulders curved against the weather. He wavers before pressing the doorbell. I observe his nervous shifting, barely recognizable as the confident youth from the San Francisco photograph. Through the intercom, I ask, "Jasper, it's late. What brings you here?" His response comes through fragmented and vulnerable. "Dad, I need to talk, just us, please." After consideration, I direct him to a Capitol Hill cafe, 30 minutes. I secure a secluded booth first, the atmosphere heavy with coffee aromas and wet winter wear. Jasper appears, sliding into the opposite seat, his eyes bearing telltale signs of sleeplessness, his fingers nervously toying with a paper napkin. His frame appears gaunt, diminished somehow. He reveals that Victor's become unhinged, constantly berating Serena since their financial plans for San Francisco collapsed. He confesses to having nowhere to turn, explaining that Serena's found refuge with a friend who won't accommodate him. I maintain a measured tone, leaning closer. "You abandoned me when I was at my lowest, Jasper, and now you're here because their world's crumbling. Tell me why this isn't just another manipulation." He recoils, tears streaming down his face. "I was so wrong, Dad. I despise myself for what I did. I just want to return home." I recline, assessing him carefully. His remorse seems authentic, unfiltered, though rebuilding trust requires time. I offer him the guest room, emphasizing that this doesn't mean everything's resolved. Relief washes over his features as he nods. That evening, my phone displays an unknown caller. A refined, authoritative female voice speaks. "Mr. Marwood, I'm Elise Hargrove, Victor's spouse. We need to discuss something urgent." My hand tightens around the phone. She mentions being in Seattle, acknowledges the lawsuit, and claims to possess information that could devastate Victor. I request her to choose a location. She suggests a waterfront bar for tomorrow evening. After hanging up, my thoughts churn. Elise Hargrove emerges unexpectedly, a mystery player. I suspect a setup, possibly Victor's orchestration to compromise my position. Yet her voice carried conviction, suggesting authenticity. I stand by the window, listening to the persistent rainfall. They're employing underhanded tactics, Serena with her rumors, Victor through legal channels. And now this. I'll attend the meeting, listen carefully, but remain vigilant. They won't blindside me again. The waterfront bar permeates with briny ocean air and aged spirits as I arrive to meet Elise Hargrove. She occupies a dimly lit corner booth, her copper-tinted hair shimmering under the subdued lighting, an untasted glass of Cabernet positioned before her. Her refined appearance, accentuated by an expensive charcoal blazer, reflects her affluent mid-40s status. I take my seat across, maintaining a composed demeanor. She speaks directly. Victor has destroyed everything. Gideon, his relationship with Serena, our depleted finances. I need him stopped. I maintain steady composure while she slides a USB drive across the table. She explains it contains email correspondence, evidence of Victor's scheme to conceal assets, utilizing my resources to sustain his ventures while planning my downfall. I secure the drive, promising to examine it while expressing my inherent skepticism. Her mouth curves slightly. That's wise, but this evidence is legitimate. Make use of it. In my hotel room, I examine the drive's contents. The monitor illuminates with messages, Victor's intentions clearly documented. Transfer everything before Gideon discovers us. Serena's confirmed. We'll eliminate him post-San Francisco. My hands clench, but I forward everything to Tara. She responds quickly, her voice energized. This destroys him. Gideon, the lawsuit's finished. We have irrefutable proof. I instruct her to proceed aggressively. 2 days pass, and I'm seated in a Seattle courthouse, tension palpable. Victor occupies the opposite side, immaculately dressed, his attorney frantically consulting him. Tara rises, presenting the emails authoritatively. Mr. Hargrove committed fraud, not defamation. Here's the evidence. The gray-streaked judge examines the documents, her gaze hardening at Victor. His complexion drains, his lawyer stumbles. Tada demands. Withdraw the suit, or face escalation, your choice. Victor surrenders, immediately dropping the case, forcing an apology through clenched teeth. I emerge from the courthouse, feeling the gentle mist caress my face as a tremendous burden lifts from my shoulders. Tara follows, informing me of the divorce settlement terms. Serena accepts $300,000, agrees to leave Seattle with no contestation. I acknowledge silently, sensing the fight dissolving within me. Later that day, Jasper relocates to my hotel's guest room, carrying just one duffel bag, his gaze fixed on the floor. Setting down his belongings, he turns to me. Dad, I'm staying. I'll make things right one step at a time. I notice the weariness in his hunched posture, the remorse etching lines across his youthful features. I tell him it's a beginning, that rebuilding trust requires patience, but he's welcome to stay. He releases a trembling breath and unpacks quietly. As I watch him folding clothes, my chest tightens with an emotion softer than rage, not quite forgiveness, but a slight thaw in the frozen barrier between us. By dawn, Victor's public withdrawal makes headlines. Hargrove abandons baseless lawsuit, acknowledges mistakes. Serena prepares for her move to Denver, her fighting spirit extinguished. From my hotel window, I observe the vast cityscape below, raindrops trailing down the glass. Elise's strategy succeeded, her intentions still unclear, but I'm past caring. The law stands with me now, their threats neutralized. I inhale deeply, finding the air fresher, more invigorating. While not conclusive, this chapter's ending is mine to craft. A week post-victory, Aquaterra secures a significant contract, a wastewater renovation project in Olympia, situated an hour south of Seattle. I immerse myself in work, creating designs at my hotel desk, the city's rhythmic pulse providing background ambience. The project offers stability, a concrete foundation to rebuild upon. Jasper adapts to his guest room life, his presence subtle yet unwavering. He resumes university studies, attending evening classes, and establishes a morning ritual of brewing coffee for us both. Our conversations grow more frequent, initially hesitant, covering his programming ventures and my future plans. I witness his effort, his nervous habits diminishing, his eye contact lasting longer. The distance between us diminishes gradually, unevenly, but genuinely. I begin dating Kelsey Tran, the emergency physician who treated my pneumonia. Her intelligence and warmth shine through dark, perceptive eyes that penetrate my defenses. Our initial date unfolds at a hospital-adjacent diner, her medical attire replaced by casual knitwear, her laughter easing my tension. She listens attentively when I discuss the betrayal, responding without sympathy. You've shown remarkable resilience, Gideon. Few emerge standing from such circumstances. We continue meeting, her steady presence healing wounds I hadn't recognized. With her, life feels lighter, the atmosphere less oppressive, less somber. Then a call pierces the night silence. Calvin's voice strained and urgent. Gideon, come to Harborview immediately. Something's happened with Jasper. I leap from bed, snatch my keys, and navigate the rain-slicked streets, my pulse racing. The hospital's lobby churns with nocturnal activity, the sharp scent of disinfectant filling my nostrils. I spot Jasper in the waiting area, his clothing torn, hands scraped, eyes reflecting trauma. He rises quickly upon seeing me. Dad, Victor's the one who's hurt. I discovered him. I pause, absorbing his explanation. He'd traveled to Portland to reconcile with Serena. Victor appeared at her place, drunkenly issuing threats about me and Elise. Mid-tirade, he clutched his chest and crumpled, his features going slack. Jasper called emergency services, accompanied him in the ambulance, remained until medical staff took charge. I settle beside him, struggling to process everything. He reveals Victor suffered a severe stroke, likely affecting his speech permanently. I notice Jasper's trembling hands, the visible burden weighing on him. I wrap an arm around his shoulders, feeling him sink into the support. You acted admirably, son. Saving him means something. He acknowledges with a tear-streaked nod, displaying a familiar mixture of relief and remorse. We maintain our vigil until a nurse confirms Victor's condition, critical but stable. As dawn breaks, I drive us back to Seattle, the sky painted in purple hues, Jasper sleeping in the adjacent seat. His decision to assist the man who shattered our family awakens something within me, a spark of pride piercing through old wounds. Later, I meet Kelsey post-shift for coffee. I share Victor's incident and Jasper's rescue effort. She observes thoughtfully that such compassion is rare, especially after such betrayal. I concur, feeling my anger's sharp edges gradually smooth. Serena's now in Denver, reportedly more subdued, humbled. I've no desire to contact her, no need. My life's transforming, establishing new foundations. Though past hurts linger, they're dissipating like morning mist beneath a patient sun. I hold my coffee cup, Kelsey's fingers grazing mine. Reconstruction is challenging, painful work, but I'm progressing one broken piece at a time. Aquaterra's 15th anniversary celebration illuminates the seaside venue with golden light and animated conversation. From my position near the bar, I observe my colleagues interacting, watching Jasper enthusiastically present a project mock-up to Kelsey. Outside, waves rhythmically caress the shore beneath the starlit sky. Serena makes an unexpected entrance, her jacket bearing traces of the evening's drizzle. She appears gaunt, her gaze gentler, barely resembling the woman who departed. She approaches cautiously, whispering, "I came at Jasper's request, Gideon. I'll keep it brief." I acknowledge her with a simple nod, feeling only a distant memory of past pain. She offers congratulations, mentions Denver's quieter lifestyle. Then I notice Victor, supported by a cane, with Elise beside him. Despite his slurred speech and unfocused gaze, he manages a curt nod. Jasper's invitation bridged an unexpected gap. Later, alone in my room, I pull a folder from the desk drawer, my old revenge plans scrawled in furious ink. Every step I'd mapped to crush them stares back, a relic of that hospital rage. I light a match, watch the paper curl and blacken, ashes drifting into the trash. Kelsey slips in, her arms circling me, Jasper's laughter drifting from the hall. Victor's empire shrank, his wealth halved by lawsuits and health bills. Serena scrapes by, her pride humbled. I stand stronger, roots deep in work and love I never saw coming. Life's not about tearing down those who hurt you, I realize now. It's about rebuilding from the wreckage they leave. Forgiveness doesn't erase the cracks, but it builds doors to something new. That fever nearly killed me, yet it burned away the weak parts, left me raw and ready to rise. The journey today ends here. Did this close feel right, or catch you off guard? Share your thoughts below. If you loved it, hit like, subscribe, don't miss what's next. Thanks for staying with me. See you soon.